Hi, I'm Andrew Armstrong and welcome to the back office. Don't worry, we're not going to be dealing with the mess on the desk today. We've got a package here. I'm just cutting it open. I could have cut it open earlier. I wish I did, but I didn't. Let's have a look. This is a mystery. It's a mystery. A mystery to me. Look at that. Wonderful. Wonderful unicorn. Duct tape. I quite like that. Let's see if we can retrieve a piece. There you go. Look at the detail of that. In fact, this piece is almost void of all unicorns, whereas this piece has plenty. So I'm going to rip this open. It's got some mystery RS packaging. Ooh, more unicorn tape. More unicorn. And of course, this is from Brian Jones, Power Crazy, the mad guy who sent me this, and many other things. Thank you so much, Brian. Of course, and tester of the RetroNet. So if you've got a RetroNet, he will have tested it for you. And he did ask me if I wanted some of this stuff, and what it is, it's a special type of paper. I'm going to say paper because I don't know what it is, that you put down in your 3D printer on your bed. Now, if you've got a 3D printer and you've bought that and you're really excited by it, you're going to go, no, my 3D printer is fine, nothing is wrong with it. Well, I have had over the years lots of problems with 3D prints and the beds, because normally once a 3D print is going, it's great, it's going to print, but if it cocks up on the beginning where it's trying to like just get started, that's it just sort of messes up and you're ruined. And in my experience, that's where sort of 90% of the failures occur on that bit. So hopefully this will stop doing that. Now, what I have a glass 3D printer bed, and I use the NEC style double-sided carpet tape. So it's kind of stickier on one side than the other. And I find that provides the best adhesion. However, Brian assures me, and he's tried the old special carpet tape, and he says he's rated that one, but he said this one actually works really well too. You can see it's got 3M on the back, so that's a good quality adhesive. So I guess you're going to stick this onto your bed if you've got a glass bed or something, and then you're just going to print straight on that. But it says here, before touching, power off the heat bed and wait for at least 10 minutes. Still hot after powered off. And if you speak to multi-rotor guy Jared, he's said to me that this stuff's pretty good, but you've got to be careful because you can damage the surface of this getting it off. See, there's none of that digging the stuff off like you do if you've got a glass surface. You've got to be really cautious with that too. So what I might do, I'm not going to do a 3D print right now because the 3D printer is out in the garage and it's dark and freezing cold out there, and it's going to not work. I can tell you the printer's not going to be happy. I should bring it in. But what I might do is see if I can go grab the bed off the printer and we can just try applying this and trimming this down. So this is my bed. Look at that. Look at the state of it. And there's the exhibition tape, the crackingly good exhibition tape. But it looks like I'm going to have to spend a bit of time cleaning this. And I hope it's worth it, Brian. This is a perfectly good working bed. But you could see the exhibition tape there starting to wear off. So I'm just going to grab this stuff off. This tape is relatively easy to get off, I found, but I'm not so sure now. It's very cold. Very cold indeed. There we go. Look, that's pretty good. So yeah, the exhibition tape, not bad at all. Guess there's a bit of a fracture in it there from a lot of 3D printing action occurring at the same spot. Incidentally, if you do 3D printing, sometimes you might want to change where you start your 3D print so you don't wear out the same bit of whatever you choose to make your bed out of. So bear with me. I'm gonna go away and maybe have a little bit of a scrape my bed down, and then we'll worry about the actual application side, because I think if we're going to do this justice, we're going to start with a very clean surface here. Right, my glass is now clean, and well, actually it's only clean on the top. I didn't bother doing the bottom. It's a bit of a pain. Now let's see, this thing is obviously a bit bigger than our bit of glass. So I'm going to put the pane of glass over the top that way. That looks about, oh, it's not quite, hang on. It's a square. and it's not quite the right shape square, so that's annoying. Doesn't matter. I'm going to hold it there though, so at least that bit is in the middle. I mean, that's a nice thing. And I'm going to put some pressure there and take my Sharpie type pen and Edding 8400. That's the sophisticated version of a Sharpie for you boys and girls at home. I'm saying that, but it's not true. Don't go start trying to claim that there are different qualities of Sharpie type pen. In fact, I have a whole tray of Sharpies somewhere and I just don't know where I put them. That's the reason I'm not using them. That's the clean side again. I suspect it should be quite easy to cut with the scissors. There'll be a couple of nice offcuts too you could use for your micro 3D printer. Ooh, it's really thick. I was thinking about cutting it with a Stanley knife, but I'm glad I didn't now, because this would have been quite tricky. It's a bit like cutting a vinyl floor tile, if ever you've cut one of those. I suppose you could just stick it on as is and have the ends a bit floppy, but they're going to get caught and they'll only help delaminate itself from your bed at an unexpected moment. There we go. I mean, that's not too bad. Boosh. In fact, I could have gone a bit smaller. I think it's alright. I think it'll be alright. No, it won't be alright. Bloody hell, Andrew. What you doing, man? Yeah. Don't compromise on the cutting. And definitely use a ruler even on the second cut, because you might go wrong. Nah, but that's fine. That's a pretty straight cut there. Let's peel off this film. Good, the film's come off nice and easy. Yes, I give it 2 thumbs up on the old film. Now, I don't know what this product's called, so I'm sure some of you will comment down below as to what it's called, and I'll take that and put it in the description, I'm sure, or I might even title this video appropriately after doing some minor, even the most minor amount of research. But I'm not going to sell out. I'm not advertising this product, right, until I've tried it. Boosh. That went on easy. That's nice. That's like a permanent thing. I don't know how you get this bloody thing off your board once you're done. Just looking underneath, it's adhered pretty good. You can see if you rub your fingers under there. Woohoo! Like an Etch-a-Sketch. Definitely will benefit from a bit of judicious application of rubbing. And I'm just seeing what would be the best way. I'm thinking a bit of tissue or a rag or whatever you've got, and just pressure, and then just do that, I suppose. I'm just going to do a few. I mean, it's not going to go anywhere now, but there's no bubbles in it. I mean, the bubbles would be your bit you're trying to avoid. And I suppose if you do want to avoid bubbles, start from the inside and work your way out like that. But I didn't get any. I'm lucky. I didn't even do the working from the inside out bit, and it's pretty bubble free. I mean, yeah, there we go. That's going to settle. So all that remains for me is to insert that into my 3D printer and start printing on that. I'm pretty pleased. Now let's just have a little bit of this, play with this, look at this stuff. It's basically the same material, I think, as a cheap mouse mat. It's a very thin vinyl. In fact, it's a sort of plastic layer over a sort of, looks a bit like a foam. But yeah, I never thought about that. How about trying to buy a cheap mouse mat and stick that onto your 3D printer? That might work just as well. We'll give it a go. Or alternatively, just go on YouTube and find people who make better videos. There's plenty of those, in fact most of them, and see who's reviewed the hot surface do not touch sheet. That's what I'm going to call it. Hope that's of some use to you. Please comment down below, like, share, subscribe, and as ever, thank you for watching. The official version of this, as I spoke to people, or an official version, is called Build Tack. So if you type in Build Tack clone or maybe Build Tack compatible, you might find some of this. So that's what it is, a Build Tack.